Okay, day 2 of point slope form. What we're going to actually do with point slope form is we're going to be able to go to all the different ones. So point slope form, slope intercept. Okay, hopefully you have that one memorized. You need to know these different forms. Okay, slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Standard form, capital AX plus capital BY is equal to C. And then the one we learned yesterday is point slope form, y minus y sub 1 is equal to slope times x minus x sub 1. You need to know all three of these and to be able to, and what we're going to practice today is to go from one to the other. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start in point slope, go to slope intercept, and then go to standard form. I think this is the best way. You will learn that there are other ways, and I'll just show you briefly that you can start with slope intercept to get to standard form if you want to. It's just kind of weird, not my favorite way, but I know a lot of people do it that way. Okay, so that's where we're headed. We're going to start with one and go to the other. We're going to be given the information in two different ways. First, we're going to be given the point and slope. Yay, easy. Second, we're going to be given 2 points, okay? Not anything real difficult. You can see it even tells us the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find slope. So, now what we're going to do, let's see, we can transfer the equation from one to the other. Write an equation, point slope form. That is given, write in slope intercept, then in standard form. So here we go, okay? So we want it in point slope form. Here's my recommendation. I know that these forms are written up here, but every time we go to do one, let's write that form, so then every time we write it, we're going to remember it better. So point slope, y minus y sub 1 is equal to slope times x minus x sub 1. Okay, so we're going to plug it in there. Y minus x minus. We know we're going to plug the information in. So my y value is 1, my slope is 2, my x value is negative 3. Now we're just going to clean it up, okay? And then we're going to get y by itself. So y minus 1 is equal to 2. Whoops. Let's distribute here. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is change my signs right here, because I mess up all the time if I don't. Now I'm going to distribute. I get 2x plus 6. To get it in slope-intercept form, we just have to get, remember, slope-intercept y equals mx plus b. So all we have to do is get y by itself. So just move the 1. So slope-intercept form, y equals 2x plus 7. So by putting it in point slope and simplifying it, we have it in slope-intercept form. Ta-da! Okay, so by doing point slope, we're going to have it, by simplifying point slope, we're going to have it in slope-intercept form. We're going to get y by itself. Okay, getting y by itself. Now we want it in standard form. That's ax plus by is equal to c. So remember with this, we just have to get x and y on the same side, and we have to remember that at the end, a has to be positive. So now that we have it in slope-intercept, we're going to take, and this is what we did a couple lessons ago, we're just going to move that 2x over. I have a positive, so I'm going to add a negative or subtract 2x. That gives us the same thing. And when I do that, I get negative 2x plus y is equal to 7. Is that standard form? Please say no, please say no, please say no, because look, right here, a is negative, so we have to make that positive. Mathematically, we are multiplying through by a negative 1, but as we have figured out, multiplying through by the negative 1 just changes all their signs to their opposite. So here is standard form, here is slope-intercept, and here is point slope. Okay? Do you think you can do that? Can you try that one? I want you to try this one right here. I'll go through it in just a second, but pause your... So we're going to plug everything in, y minus, x minus. My y value is negative 6. Oops, hello. I need to plug in slope. My slope is 4/3, and I get 0. Oh, that's going to be an easy one to clean up, isn't it? So now we have y plus 6 is equal, I'm going to distribute here, and I get 4/3 x. Now to get it into slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. In other words, get y by itself. All I have to do is move the 6. So I get y is equal to 4/3 x minus 6. So here is point slope, here is slope-intercept. To get it into standard form, I'm going to have to, okay, standard form, let's write that down again. ax plus by is equal to c. Remember, no fractions, and a has to be positive. We have a fraction, So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply everything by a 3. I'm going to multiply everything by a 3. So I get 3y is equal to, my 3's cancel, 4x minus 18. Now move that 4x over by adding a negative 4x. And we get negative 4x plus 3 is equal to negative 18. Oh, 3y. And we're done, right? Please say no, please say no, please say no. No, we are not, because a cannot be negative. So I'm going to multiply through by a negative 1, therefore changing all the signs to their opposite. There we go. That's standard form. Okay? Good. Remember, if I'm going through the video, if you ever want to pause, rewind, go back, try it on your own. Don't listen to me. Try it on your own and then just compare your answers. Okay, now what we're going to be given, instead of they don't give us slope. Okay? So if they ever don't give us slope, notice the names, point slope and slope intercept. So when you get into Algebra 2, and they might not be as direct as we are, notice that both have the word slope in. So if in doubt, find slope. If in doubt, find slope. Okay? So if it's not given, find it. So we're going to find slope to begin with. So pause yours right now. Find slope. To find slope, you subtract y over x. So I'm going to take that first ordered pair. I'm going to subtract, put my y value, put my x value. And for slope, I get negative 9 over 9. Negative 1. Is that what y'all got? So now we have the slope. Now, it does not matter which point I pick. Both of them are good. It does not matter which one I pick. It does say in your homework to pick the first point, and the reason they're doing that is so then you can compare answers. So I'm going to pick the first point, but I'm also going to show you if you would have picked the other point, because it really doesn't matter. So I'm going to take the first point, and I'm going to plug it in. Remember, point slope, y minus y sub 1 is equal to slope times x minus x sub 1. And you do need to know these forms, okay? You need to have these memorized. So it's always good to write them down as you're doing them. So we're going to plug that in. And I have y minus equals slope times x minus. My slope is negative 1. The point I am choosing is the first one. So I have negative 4 and I have 6. And that is point slope form. And so then if I simplify that, I have y plus 4 is equal to negative x plus 6. I want to get it into slope intercept, so I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, and I get y is equal to negative x plus 2. There is slope intercept. Now I just want to show you, you don't have to write this down, but I want to show you I could have plugged in the other point, and I still would have gotten this. So I have y minus my y value, using this point, is equal to negative 1 times x minus my x value. When I simplify this, I get y minus 5 is equal to negative x. That's plus a positive, so that would be 3, negative 3. I add 5 to both sides, and look what I get. Y equals negative x plus 2. It does not matter which point I pick to get it to slope intercept. They both work. They both work. For homework's sake, they want us to pick the first one for point slope so that then you compare the answer. Slope intercept will be the same no matter what. Okay, now we're going to go to standard form. In order to do that, I have to remember standard form. Ax plus by is equal to c. So I'm getting x and y on the same side. I'm going to add x to both sides. Is this in proper standard form? Are there no fractions or decimals, right? They're all whole numbers. Is a positive? Yep. Done. Woohoo! Okay. I'd like you to try this one on your own. And of course, I will go through it in just a bit if you want to, but try it on your own. Pause your screen right now. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to find slope. 4, negative 1, minus 3, minus 2. We get 1 over negative 3. Ooh, I gave you the yucky one. So hopefully you might have decided I'm going to come back in. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use that as slope. I did do it right, didn't I? Always double check yourself, especially when you get a fraction. So we're going to use that first point. Y, what is slope, point slope form again? Y minus y sub 1 is equal to slope times x minus x sub 1. Okay, now we're going to plug in y minus a y value is equal to slope x minus an x value. This one turned out pretty well because of what it's going to be multiplied by, so no big deal. So now we're going to get We're going to clean it up, so y minus 4, because we're going to slope-intercept form, get y by itself. So I get negative 1/3 x. That's plus a positive, so that's going to be minus 1/3. Now, if I were you, so you could add 4 bringing it over, but let's clear those fractions. We're going to have to in order to get it, no we can't. Okay, to get it to standard form, we're going to clear the fractions. Okay, so we're going to add 4 to both sides. Y is equal to negative 1/3 x. If I take 1/3 away from 4, I'm going to get 3 2/3. If I take 1/3 away from 4, I get 3 2/3. Are you good with that? Think about that for just a second. So mathematically, it's 4 plus negative 1/3. I have to get a denominator of 3, so that's going to be 12. So that's going to give me 11/3. That might be a better way to do it. Write it as 11/3. Oh well. Yeah, I'm going to want 11/3 because of my next step. I changed my mind. So I changed it into a common denominator. Okay, 4 goes to 12/3, so I get 11/3. Sorry, I forgot where I was going. So here's slope-intercept form. Okay, of course that's the same as y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 3 2/3. Okay, these are both the answer. But if I want standard form, I'm going to have to get rid of that fraction. So the first thing I'm going to do, so that's slope-intercept. In order to get rid of that fraction, I'm going to rewrite it so I can see what I'm working with. I'm going to multiply every single term by that denominator, because I cannot have fractions for standard form. So I get 3y is equal to negative, my 3's cancel, so negative 1x plus 3's cancel and get 11. Still not standard form. I have to get x and y on the same side. So I'm going to add x to both sides. So I get x plus 3y is equal to 11. Finally, I'm in standard form. That one took a little bit more, didn't it? Okay, let's look at your homework. So this is the page of notes we just did. Okay, your homework for today. Now you still might have some point slope work you need to be doing. Make sure you go back and do those. You're going to fill out this table. So you're going to plug it into point slope. And let's maybe just do one, because it's kind of crowded on here. Personally, what I would do, see how this page of notes we just finished? What I would do is I would take this and turn it over and do my 10 problems right on here. So this page of notes, I would use this as my work page. Do you have that as a work page? Oh, crud, you don't. Okay, wait. Guys, it's not a problem. Okay, here's your page of notes that we just took. Look over here. Page right before it, blank. Okay, so here's the page where we just took our notes. Here's our homework. Go back one page. You can use this or just use another piece of paper. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is what we just did. You're going to do it lots of times, which is important because you need to get it. Now notice it says for the point slope form, use the first point. So it always wants you to use the first point on this and go through and do it. Okay, great. You're going to work on this assignment and show it to me in class, or else you will upload it for the online class. So thank you very much. If you have questions, you know where to find us.